coronavirus isolation. I'm not quite sure how many days it is exactly, as, like so many of my age, I seem to be isolating myself more and more from society. Early this morning, however, there was a knock at the door. It was my neighbour, Edna. "Good morning, Alan," she said. "Do you have a loo roll you can spare me?" I instantly identified the emergency of the situation by the way she was hopping from one foot to the other, as though standing on hot coals. "I'm sure I have," I replied, and she hopped into the hall. I retrieved a roll from the airing cupboard and handed it over. The look on her face was not too dissimilar to Indiana Jones discovering a long-lost artifact. "Oh, thank you so much. I will replace it. Alan, do you mind if I quickly..." indicating to the understair lav, as clearly the situation had now become critical. "Of course," I said, as she disappeared through the door. I felt this was not the time to enforce the strict house policy of only using the newly installed Saniflow lavatory system for number ones. And before I could retreat to a respectable distance, there came a sound that I can only describe as somebody emptying a bucketful of spuds down a well. Having previously been untested by solids, and not knowing the design parameters of the newly installed facility, I grow increasingly concerned as the first flush is followed by a second, and after a longer pause, a third. There then followed the simultaneous slamming of the front door with a "Bye, Alan, thanks." This afternoon, something dropped through the letterbox, and I was surprised to find a box of Izal toilet tissue lying on the mat. For those of you who aren't familiar with this product, far from being a collector, it acts more of a distributor. It is the benchmark of how far we have progressed in the area of anus hygiene. I plan to return it to her, and, if the situation continues, I can see us entering into a form of arse wipe past the parcel.